Hey guys, welcome back to the 429 podcast. I'm 4.
I'm 2.
And I'm 9.
And today we have episode 21 of Techcast for you. I know it's been a minute since we've seen you guys. It's busy holiday season. Decided to take a little bit of time off to kind of just spend time with our families during the holidays and enjoy everything.
But we also thought it would be ironic to do episode 21 in 2021, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. Why not?
That was absolutely planned. That was not a coincidence whatsoever. We actually started Techcast perfectly just in time to make that happen. Believe it or not. Anyway,
but
it's been a busy week, and there is a fair bit of cool tech news to get through. So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get right into the news?
Hit us with it, for
first article right here. So, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but Bose is actually releasing a new pair of earbuds. Except they're not in earbuds. They're the first pair of earbuds that actually don't go inside your ears at all. And I know they sound kind of like wonky, right? Earbuds that don't go in your ears, what the heck? But they're actually bone conduction. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen like the sunglasses that do bone conduction sound and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen them on like YouTube ads and whatnot. Right?
I'm familiar with bone conduction kind of hearing and stuff like that, actually.
So, I know I've tried them on like Best Buy, and like the sunglasses sounded great, and I actually really liked them. But these are unique because they're the first earbuds that will do this. So they don't actually go on your skull like the sunglasses do. They literally just sit right on the top of your ear. And, nothing in your ear. The cool thing about these is that they're very good for safety, right? So, I mean, I'm sure we all work in the city, and I'm sure you guys have walked around and seen people with earbuds in, and they're walking into people. No one's paying attention, right? It's a big pain in the neck. So the coolest thing about these is the safety aspect of it, right? You can literally have earbuds in your ears, be listening to music, and still be able to hear everything going on around you at the same time. So, I mean, that is kind of really good for people who want to listen to music and still not get hit by a car while they're crossing the street. And also, they have 8 hours of battery life, and they're IPX4 certified. So, what do you guys think about this? I think this is really cool, personally.
I think it's pretty fascinating. I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of hearing aids are actually, this is pretty much how they do it. They do bone conduction to kind of trim the sound and stuff like that. So, it kind of makes sense that they're going this route. I'm actually surprised it took this long to get a mass market bone conduction earbuds.
I'm the dumbass of this conversation. I don't know what bone conduction actually is.
Essentially, it's vibration through your bone.
Yep.
Okay, that's what it sounded like to me, but like I just wanted to confirm.
That's exactly how it works, and that's exactly how some of these like advanced hearing aids that you see, like kind of, what they do is like they essentially have a magnetic piece in your skull, and it transmits sound and interprets its sound from a device into your skull, and then basically translates into vibrations. So this is pretty much the opposite way now. So it's like pretty much going into your ear to hear better and stuff. So you can get that crystal clear sound without it being in your ear. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's fascinating. But I would like to see this more tackled with other companies. I think it's still probably be very pricey. But it's pretty interesting already. I kind of like it. I'm looking forward.
Believe it or not, they're going to be available for $200.
Wow, that's actually not bad at all. Yeah,
that's not bad at all. That's really not bad at all.
It really isn't.
That's actually pretty cool. I actually would look into this more than that, because if it's $200 and it's pretty much a first of its kind, and it's also by Bose, that's a name I stand by. So absolutely. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
That price really just kind of fits the budget. I mean, like, they're really no more expensive than like any other pair of wireless earbuds, and that's kind of insane.
The only thing I'm worried about is how much of the outside can you hear.
Well, your ears are going to be open, so it's like picture you don't have earbuds in. That's what you hear.
Yeah, I know, but the bone conduction would somehow override that.
Yeah, I would think bone conduction. I think bone conduction would probably be louder than regular convention earbuds.
That's what I'm wondering, like, because it's technically your ears are open to hear things, but at the same time you're also feeling sound through another way. So it's not like you're totally, what's it called, clear of your environment to hear very clearly. You know, there's still going to be some sound, and I'm wondering what that masking is going to be. Is it a lot, a little bit? You know, that kind of matters to me. I think this is one of the things where I have to try it out before I even consider buying it.
Yep. No, I agree. And I mean, you know what? Think about this as well, right? Usually you can never really test out earbuds in stores because they're always locked up and it's gross and no one wants to do that. But with these earbuds, you actually might be able to now. So these actually could be the first earbuds that they can actually kind of just put out and let people wear and not really have to worry. So that's kind of insane. That's another cool thing.
Oh, I'm also wondering this. I don't know if this is probably not a big concern for you, but for me, my hearing loss is a big concern for me.
Yep.
Right? So that's why I don't use earbuds that much traditionally anymore because of that. But I'm wondering if, since this is done through not the traditional means of like blasting music to your eardrums, but more bone conduction, would it retain and prevent hearing loss over time?
My guess is probably yes. That would be my
guess. My guess is 100% true. I have to look into this, but if that's the case, I think that's definitely worth the $200, hell, even $300.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think you're probably right.
So hit us with the next one. I think that's pretty interesting.
Yep. Next article. Article number 2. We're seeing one of the very first upgrades to Wi-Fi in quite a while. So I mean, I'm sure you guys remember the last big upgrade to Wi-Fi when 5G came out on your home routers and whatnot, and then you had 3-band instead of dual band. Well, 6 gigahertz band is now coming out to your, I guess, next router really. The FCC last year.
Upgraded.
The FCC last year just increased the amount of consumer grade, like at home radio frequency bands that are going to be available, and you know, I mean, the problem is for this, it requires new hardware as well. But starting very soon, we're going to be able to see 6 gigahertz bands in our homes, and be able to kind of increase the amount of devices we have and possibly speeds and whatnot as well. You know, the more bands you have, the less interference you have, and overall, it's just like, I see the article I'm reading right now. They put it as, it's like adding extra lanes to a highway is really what it's doing. And you know, range inside your own house isn't really that big of a problem because, you know, you're in your house. You're only going to be a couple feet away. So going up to different bands is probably much better at like 6 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz in your house than it is elsewhere for like phone signals and whatnot. So what do you think about this?
I just got a 5 gigahertz router. I love how like I'm already like
you're behind
out of scope. Yeah.
You're behind, man. You're behind. This is why I always say really behind, because you can't be behind if you're already behind.
When did you buy that router?
Last year.
Last year? Well, you see, right before you bought that router, me and Nan were actually talking about this, and we knew it was coming out today, last year before you bought that, and we purposely waited just that way we could be ahead of you.
Yeah, we don't want to waste money like an idiot, you know. So we thought, but this is actually pretty cool. Is this band, the extra band they're talking about? Is that because of what happened last year, where they said they're gonna remove exclusive access? I think to what was it, airliners, that had a unique band frequency.
You know, I don't know why it was opened up. I don't think this article really said much about it.
Because I remember last year, it may be a topic that we touched on. I'm not sure, but I remember one of us mentioning how they're shutting out exclusive access, I think, for airliners. I could be wrong on that. Please correct me if I am. But I remember because they just didn't do anything with it for years, like 20 years. They had exclusive access to this frequency. And they're like, and they said, like, no, you guys don't do anything with it. You guys don't innovate. We're taking it off. Plus, there's not enough range already for Wi-Fi, or I think it was cellular. So they're like, we're going to give it to them. And I'm wondering, since this just came out right now, if that's related to that.
Yeah, the article doesn't say much on it, but it could be. I'm not totally positive, though, but I'm not sure.
So does this mean, like, just faster? Just basically what you said, it's another lane in the highway, right? So just less, what's it called? Blockage, traffic, I guess. Yeah.
Less blockage, higher bandwidth.
Interesting.
So it's pretty neat.
It's probably gonna be a while though before everything starts actually using it.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a slow road. You know, we still don't have 5G. We've been talking about that for months and years. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, next article. This one is actually pretty interesting. You know, as we come up to what I would call the end of the pandemic, which I hope is going to be soon. right? Vaccines are out now. People are getting vaccinated. A lot
You're
of people
much more hopeful than I am.
A lot of people are unfortunately getting COVID. So, like, even if you don't get vaccinated, especially with this new strain, there's a good chance you're just going to get COVID at this point. So, I mean, I think you're right. I might be a little bit too hopeful, but I just see it as either you're going to end up with a vaccine within the next few months, or you're going to end up with COVID because of this new strain in the next few months. I don't see a way out of it. But anyway, regardless of that, this article is saying that nearly 30% of working professionals are going to be quitting if they have to return to the office after the pandemic is over. So
I believe it.
I mean, personally, I think that this is probably true, right? Like, think about this. And this is according to a survey of about 1,100 people right now. Right? So I think that could absolutely be true, right? I have a long commute. If I couldn't, like, I'm very used to working from home now. Imagine me having to go back into the office now and commuting 2 hours one way every day. Like, that would be really no fun, right? I mean, no one wants to do that. Everyone's got this taste of no commute, stay home, do this, do that, right? And I just don't think anyone's willing. So what do you guys think?
I
can think of one person that would do it. He's in this room right now.
Yeah, I would probably do it, honestly. I'd probably still go back. I'm going to the office. Dude, honestly, I miss the office personally.
I think it depends on the person. But I'm not one, or I'm not like 4 where like I'm against the office 100%, or I'm like 2 where like, yeah, the minute the office opens up, I'm bringing a camp tent and staying there. I'm more like in the middle. I kind of want a hybrid system. I don't think we should go back to the traditional system we were before. And I'm
with that. Personally, I think that's the best system to approach. I think it should be like a 2-3 day thing, or a 3-2 day thing, whatever you prefer. But personally, I think you really have the flexibility now where it's like, if I wake up in the morning, I see it's raining, dude, I'm working from home.
You see, I think I'm totally with you guys on this, in that I think that it needs to be a hybrid system where if you need to go into the office for something, go into the office, right? If there's meetings that need to happen, presentations, even if you just want to have like a night.
I just want to talk to people, dinner, man. It's lonely being at home.
Dinner with your team or whatever, or like hanging out, or like maybe we want to go out on like a Friday or something, so we want to go into the office just because we'll all be closer together at that point. Like, there's reasons to go to the office. I'm not totally dissolving the fact that it's necessary, but if you don't have to go in, like, I just think that most people probably wouldn't want to have to make that commute every day. So I think
the problem,
it's a hybrid.
I think the problem is going to be us. I think very in the beginning is what people decide is worthy of coming back to the office. I can see a lot of people being like, "Oh, this is worthy to come back to the office for, so come tomorrow," and it's just like a one meeting that could have been online. Or something like that. I think that's going to be the real differentiator over time. Is like really truly deciding what is worthy coming back to the office. Like you said, if you're having springtime and stuff, I think that's worth it.
But I think what you're going to see is that at least in the beginning, you're going to see a huge spike in people returning to the office before it levels into a hybrid system. Because like the main thing right now with a lot of people is that people are just lonely, man. Like a lot of people, like you'll be surprised at the amount of people who like on a day-to-day basis have only interacted with just their coworkers, and until the pandemic hit, have literally interacted with like no one, right?
No, what are you talking
about? Like,
I got my 3 best friends: me, and myself.
I thought you were saying
Chip, Penny, and used tissue?
They're all the gangs all here.
You mean Chip, Penny, and used tissue? But like, yeah, like it's so brutal that people are right now craving for social interactions of some type, right? Yep. And it's really led to a lot of crazy stuff happening within the United States as well as internationally, right? Because people are just starved for like any type of social interaction.
Everyone is on edge.
Everyone's on edge. And until you have like travel opening up again, people returning to offices, people just sitting in a subway watching the crazy guys sing a song, right? Like until you have all of that come back, like you're not really gonna see that type of thing. Now, what you're gonna see is, at least for like I think maybe like 3-4 months, you're gonna see like a huge amount of people like commuting and everything and all of this, right? But after about the 4-month mark, dude, I think people are just gonna get sick of everyone again, and then you're gonna really start to go into that hybrid system where like you come out of your hidey hole when you want to, but like you don't necessarily have to, right? So I really see that being the way to go. But quitting, getting back to the topic of the paper, quitting, like, dude, the economy sucks right now. Where are you gonna get a job? Like,
well, I mean, hold up a second. Now think about it. You're an office worker. Is there really a major shortage of online work that can be done? All these online companies have expanded. Everything and most roles that are going to be available for work from home are probably at technology-based companies, and the odds are over the pandemic they've done nothing but grow. So on certain fields, especially I would think fields that have work from home availability, you're probably going to be, I wouldn't say swimming, but there's probably quite a few openings and availability.
Oh, I agree with you, but when you're competing with about 20 million unemployed people in the United States, it's a tough competition out there. Like,
that's true. That's a good point.
It's a lot of people, So I don't know, but that's a bold move for some of them to say.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's keep going.
Let's keep it going. I was going to get into a different one, but let's jump right to this. This is a really interesting one. You guys are going to like this. Our boy Elon Musk is now officially the richest person in the world, surpassing Jeff Bezos. However you want to say it.
I actually texted Nine about this, like, as it happened, because, like, I saw the article come up and I saw the network change, so that was pretty dope.
Yep.
But yeah, like,
he's
Elon
worth
is officially
$184 billion, $185 billion,
89.
85 right now.
He's 180. He's 189. Bezos is at 184, so that's why Bezos is pissed.
The meme lord did it. I can't believe it.
The funniest thing is, like, guys, think about 5 years ago when you're thinking about, like, the world's richest man, right? Like, it was Bill Gates for, like, the longest time, man.
Yep.
Like, and all of a sudden, within the last, like, 3 years, you've had, like, 4 people switch spots. And to be honest, I don't really think, like, I will give credit where credit is due. Amazon, Tesla, SpaceX, they're all amazing companies.
Yep.
But mostly, I think it's just because Bill Gates just didn't hoard his money, and he's really giving a lot of it away, especially now during the pandemic time with all the research and everything
he's huge
funding.
into philanthropy. That's what he cares about.
Huge. They did a research that if Bill Gates actually didn't give away, like, majority of his wealth, he'd probably be the first trillionaire, actually. So, like,
yeah, makes sense.
He's given up a lot, right? And so, first, I want to pay respects to him because he's an awesome dude. But, like, credit is due where credit is due. Tesla has had a freaking insane year in the stock market. I think it's up like 750%, right?
Yep. Dude, I think 751% actually, just this year.
Yeah, like, it's insane what Elon has been able to accomplish, right? Tesla makes money now, which is the biggest thing in the world, but, like,
I will tell
it's gonna be interesting.
It's so interesting in Tesla though, because, like, that big of a rise in 1 year, Elon Musk is actually the fastest growing person to rise to the top of the rich list in history. He got richest faster than anyone else ever before, or at least anyone else.
Let me tell you something else. He's thinking about putting his Tesla balance sheet shares in Bitcoin and stuff like that. And there's already a company that did that. And let me tell you, like, if Bitcoin keeps going the way we've seen it lately, like, he's gonna be there for a while. Let me tell you.
This. Nine, do you want to discuss anything? Because this is going to lead me right in the next topic.
No, let's move on.
All right, so let me lead this right in the next topic. Bitcoin, speaking of, it has just breached the $40,000 mark per coin and has officially now has over $1 trillion in total worth.
Close. It's about 900, but close.
I don't think so. Let me see. Bitcoin market cap.
It's probably down now.
No, hold up. I literally just saw this article before. There was a different article as well, but I'm almost certain it's over $1 trillion. But regardless of it, it's still worth $40,000 per coin. Absolutely crazy.
Insane.
And there's one more article I want to tie this into as well. So just 1 second. I'm going to send these over to you guys. That was the last one I forgot to send. Here's this one, and now here we go. You guys are going to like this one. Nina, you ready?
Yeah.
Asus now says graphics cards will be rising in price once again.
Damn it! I need a...
Thanks to the cryptocurrency boom, we are now going to be seeing MSRP pricing on graphics cards, as well as bots and miners. Welcome back to 2014, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to the bubble.
I keep forgetting that the correlation with crypto also means my wallet hurts for my graphics card. I keep forgetting that correlation.
Man.
That one slips by me every time.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about this? Let's get some opinions.
honestly, mining Bitcoin is just so profitable right now that like I can't blame them, bro. Like if honestly,
it's not even that profitable unless you have a really intense graphics card or a what's it called, a farm. Actually, you can't really profit that much from one card alone. You need to have a farm.
Well, that's because like the problem complexity is very hard now, right? It's not like back in the day where it's like
exactly. The problem complexity increased tenfold since 2014 last time this happened. I think 2014, later 2014 is when the problem complexity really started to rise because everyone started brushing the market with these mining rigs. And it used to be before that, you can get a simple rig with one graphics card and still produce a decent output of revenue. Now, unless you got an actual farm, you're not going to see any real huge profit, especially with the electricity costs. So it's the shortage is going to be real because you're going to need at least 10 cars to make any profit. Sadly, I'm scared.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see this, right? Like on this news as well. I'm sure you guys have seen, right? Because I keep seeing with Bitcoin going up, another cryptocurrency has actually been going like to complete shit, right? So Ripple is actually getting delisted from Coinbase in a few weeks.
Yeah,
and it's a sad time to see Ripple go. I remember all my friends who were like, "Ripple's the next shit, man. Like this is the thing, right?"
That was me.
And now it's completely delisted from most major markets. So
it's quite sad.
I haven't count them out yet, though. I was reading online before that people are thinking Ripple is going to have another run after they're delisted.
Really?
Everyone's already aware that Ripple's getting delisted, so the kind of I think the feel in like what's going on right now, and I read this on Twitter before, people were saying that they believe that it's already been priced in. Ripple's, everyone knows that it's going to happen, and if you had Ripple to sell, you're selling it already. So
I think what's going on is the underdog effect. People know that Ripple is done, so they expect the price to drop, and because of that, the people are going to buy in, but that certain surge of people buying is going to cause it to jump. So I wouldn't be surprised the day or the day after it gets delisted, you see the price go up a little bit. The question is how much it will go up. That's going to be a real testament of its second coming.
To my diehard Ripple people out there, I feel your pain. To my diehard Bitcoin people out there, we are accepting donations, so feel free to just drop us a note.
I play both fields, so I can't.
Anyway, moving off of this, let's get on to a slightly adjacent topic, but different topic. Speaking of graphics cards, more than half of Americans turned to video games during the lockdown. So, new data has been showing that 66% of consumers aged like 18 to 24 play console games. 60% of them play mobile titles, and I mean, literally about 27% of people play games in order to stay in touch with each other of all ages, and I mean, overall, up to 55% of people in the country played something in general, just I guess to kind of exit boredom or stay in touch or do something, right? So, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about how video games went from being like demonized for like years, and now you have more than half the country involved in the industry. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I find it funny.
I'm one of the main examples of this, right? Like you guys already know, like I played video games maybe once, twice a year, right? I didn't really care, but like
once in a
lately, like Nine knows for a fact, man, I've been playing a shit ton of Minecraft. My first time playing Minecraft and everything, and it's like I've been playing a shit ton of that. Let me tell you, and like it's been great. So it's like we're getting there, but like it's amazing. It's the only thing right now I would say. I think it's the safest form of entertainment right now, right? Because like video games are something it's in your house, it's with your buddies if you're staying in like some COVID bubbles, right? And like it's also the biggest thing is it provides social interactions, especially if you're playing online games, right? Like Nine I know is huge into Fortnite and everything, right? So like he's been playing Fortnite every night with like a bunch of friends and stuff like that, right? You have two of our friends who are playing Valorant every night or stuff like that. Now that's more on the intense gaming side because I don't really got time for that kind of stuff. But like, it provides that sort of route for people to actually interact, right? Which is different. Now, the question is, will video games fall off after all of this is over? Believe it or not, I'm in the boat of no. I think video games are going to see a small hit, but I think in like the long-term view, right? I think now that you have like a much more wider base, I think you're going to continue to see that wider base just grow and grow and grow with each and every video game that comes out. But yeah.
I agree. 100% agree. The more, I always been an advocate that the more accepting we are for the video game community, the better it's going to be for everyone in the long run. Video gaming should be normalized. Like watching a movie or playing sports. It should be just a thing that everyone should do. Even if you're not even a big gamer.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what's the real difference between watching TV or watching a movie or playing video games? Sure, you may be thinking a little more in the video game, but like, are you really? Right? Like, it's kind of just like...
better, anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, really, it's all at the end of the day, it's just a relaxing technique.
I also find it kind of funny that the politicians years ago that would demonize it are the ones now playing it. That's a real sense of irony.
Seriously, we got Congress all in like one game of Animal Crossing. Like it's weird, man.
If you could time travel back to the 90s and tell them exactly that someone from Congress is playing video games and is like live streaming it to the world, they'll be like, "Get out of here, man! What's going on?"
What's a live stream?
They probably asked that one too, but yeah. A lot of things have changed in the last 20 years, and it's some may have been for the bad, but this is definitely for good. More people should play video games. If you haven't played video games like Minecraft for some weird reason,
do it right now. Go play right now.
Do it right now. Do it right now. Do it right now. You can play anything. You can play it on your goddamn phone.
We're not sponsored by Minecraft, but we'd like to be. But you go play it right now.
Mojang, call me.
Seriously, I could really use some diamonds. Like.
Anyway. We got a couple articles left, so let's see if we can get through them. I'm gonna give you
rapid fire. Hit us.
I'm gonna give you a 2-for-1 here. Facebook news once again. Firstly, Facebook is dropping the like button from public pages, specifically because they want to focus on following pages just like they do on Instagram now. And personally, I don't like it. I don't like that at all. It's like that was a part of Facebook back in the day, like It's 2008. You made your Facebook account and you're logging in.
The like button is Facebook.
You like literally all of these pages. Like you and your friends like Pepsi. You like Monster. You like this. You like that. Like that was part of like nostalgic Facebook. Like logging in and liking all the cool pages that you liked. And now not being able to do that. It's gonna be different. Having to follow pages. It's just a different feel. And you can still like posts and whatnot, but public pages are different now. And then secondly, I'm going to include this at the same time, and this is a not so positive article. A lot of people are upset over this. Facebook now, or I'm sorry, not Facebook, but WhatsApp now requires you to share data with Facebook. I believe it includes your phone number and some other personal data and whatnot. And
only a matter of time.
Pretty much it's an ultimatum here. It's gonna either you follow and you say, okay, you can have my information, Facebook, or they delete your WhatsApp account. That's it. You don't have an option. You're forced.
I had to already accept the privacy policy update actually yesterday when I actually went on WhatsApp, right? Yep. So like, it's brutal because like I use WhatsApp to talk to family overseas, and I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here, right? I'm not gonna use Facebook Messenger, which is already like full of our tracking devices and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I kind of don't really have any other choice at this point but to accept WhatsApp's tenure, unless my whole family group migrates to some other app like Telegram or something, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, unless you follow Elon Musk's advice on Twitter before I saw him, he goes, use Signal. That's it. That's what he said.
So yeah,
I recommend Signal.
I recommend Telegram. I like Telegram, but like, Facebook dropping the like button, and now that one is like, Facebook just killed itself as a brand. Facebook was known as
only on public
the
pages.
like button.
Public pages only.
But still, it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
Facebook's already on the path where they're like, they don't really care about their their public image. They're just doing these things because they have to at this point. I mean, that's why they did the whole thing with Oculus, the ultimatum there. They're doing it for WhatsApp. They just don't care.
It's all branding.
Yeah, they know it's going to be negatively received. They know that. They're not dumb. But
where's the brand? Like, if you take other tech companies, you take Google, you take Apple, you take, hell, even Amazon, right? Like, there's a branding associated with each of them, right? But, like, as I see Facebook, right, I think Facebook's trying to just plaster their big blue F everywhere. But at the same time, they're removing what Facebook is known for at the end of the day. and that sucks because it's like, you know, Facebook's become more of a marketing thing than it has been a tech company, I would say, lately.
I think it's this is just a cynical of me, but I think it's just really the fact that they want all the data they can get, and they recognize a lot of people don't even know what's the range that Facebook actually have. A lot of people, you'd be surprised, don't even know that Instagram is owned by Facebook or WhatsApp is owned by Facebook.
A lot of people also don't know that Facebook has government contracts with the CIA and the FBI to sell your data to them too.
Yeah, so like I would say this is just more to deepen their roots into their other platforms to grab more data, because they know that Facebook is already kind of tainted with recent news and recent PR headliners and stuff like that. So they're looking for other ways. They know Instagram and WhatsApp are pools that haven't been tainted yet, and they're starting to seep it and mix it all in the Facebook brand.
Yep. Anyway, 2 more articles to get through. First one we'll talk about is another Mercedes article, Mercedes-Benz.
Ooh, so what are they doing?
They're releasing a 56-inch Hyperscreen in their next EQS series electric sedan. So this is it's a 56-inch electric screen, and it's going to take up like your entire dashboard. And
that's bigger than my TV.
Let me get this. I
heard about this.
Here you go. So like, I saw this headline, and I thought that it was freaking crazy, because you think about it, like Tesla and like even like the new Fords and whatnot, like they all have like 20-inch screens or something, like 19 or 20. And now you're talking about Mercedes doing a full 56-inch massive screen. And I mean, just looking at these photos, like this thing is gorgeous. Like if you don't know what it is already, go. I recommend you go take a look at this. Just look up Mercedes Hyperscreen, and like this thing, it literally looks like the future, and it's just crazy.
It's nice, actually. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, right, like I honestly pictured it as like a big 56-inch TV just stuffed in a car.
No.
But this is actually really nice. Like, holy shit, like this.
And this, by the way, it's expected to be out in their kind of probably last car of 2021, end of the year.
Wow, really?
Yep.
That's actually really dope. Now, like, I'm a fan of this from a technology perspective, right? Seeing like all this really go and like become so advanced and everything.
Yep.
But I'm not a fan of this from what we alluded to in one of our podcasts earlier, from the right to repair, right? Now, my question here is going to become, right, like, shit, do I got to update software all the time? Do I got to go to like a specialized Mercedes mechanic to get all this done? Like, I can't just fix it myself. Do I have access to software underneath the hood? Right?
Probably not is my guess, but we'll see.
So that's my question now when it's coming to all of this. But I know we're running low on time. Hit us with the last one.
Last one. Amazon has purchased 11 jets for the very first time. They bought them from Delta and WestJet's airline, and literally the only purpose of this is to deliver packages faster. So, I mean, now they have 11 literally like airliners in their fleet, and that's kind of dope. Like that's like never happened before. So
you're
really
saying
you want one day delivery from China? You got it. Like,
absolutely
interesting.
They're gonna prime it right to your house. Dude, can you imagine this? Like, they have planes. What if they put drones on the planes and they can literally just have stuff take off from a moving plane?
Bro, I swear I wouldn't put past Amazon for doing that within the next 5 years.
Dude,
like I really think Amazon will do something like that. Like have like a cargo plane. Have like, you know how you had soldiers jump out of cargo planes?
Yep.
They're gonna have drones jump out of cargo planes and freaking just go drop everything off.
It's crazy. It really is nuts. Like that could happen. It literally could happen. That's a possibility. And like, as big as Amazon is, and like as much as people like to talk smack about them, like in terms of logistics and distribution, they're the number one king, and it's really impressive. Really impressive. Nine, what do you think? Real quick.
I think it's interesting. I wouldn't put it past them. I hope they got a good deal on those jets.
Yeah, so do I.
They definitely did.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they're Amazon after all, but they're Amazon, so they could just throw money at it and they'll figure it out. I want to see if they do the drone idea that you guys were mentioning. I just want one footage of it. Just all like a billion little droids come out of the jet.
There's no talking points about that. It's purely speculation, but I just think it's dope.
I hope it comes out. I want to see a billion of droids come out of one jet and just litter the whole sky.
So
like an end of the day kind of thing. But it's my package.
It's going to be like a swarm movie.
That's what I want. I want that. I want it to be like a swarm of droids coming out. You look up like, oh, it's my package.
All right, guys.
But anyway, guys.
That's been Techcast number 21 4's week. Next week, whose week is it next week? Is it 9?
Mine.
It's 2's week. All right.
9. Oh, no, 9.
No, it's 9's
Yeah,
week.
9's week.
Yeah, it
9's
is.
week.
It's 9's week next week. So
Fine,
he'll be
fine,
kind of
fine.
dealing with the news next week. And
Oh,
guys,
God.
it's been a pleasure. Once again, hope you enjoyed your holidays. Hope you stay safe.
Happy
with the
New
pandemic
Year.
getting worse. Happy New Year. And we'll catch you next week.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Peace.